All right. Yo, 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 yo. What is happening with you motherfuckers right now? Happy New Year to everybody. Happy 2026. We coming into the new year with all the same bullshit we left last year with. And I'm not going to hide from it, okay? We on bullshit this year. This year, I'm turning the fuck up in every level. Everything I'm doing, we turning this shit up. We're gonna make this like a fucking movie, bro. 2026 is gonna be my year, man. It's a lot of turmoil and nonsense that happened last year. I done lost a lot of stuff. I'm still going through the struggle right now. But you know what they say about being rock bottom, man? You just nowhere else to go but up. So, we on our bullshit all 2026, man. We keeping our foot on motherfuckers' necks. We doing what we gotta do. We going all the way up right now. We doing the work to get where we trying to get. But y'all see the motherfucking title, man. Y'all see what's on the screen. FBA versus African and Caribbean blacks. And I'm sorry for using the term blacks. I know that's a little, how do I say, uncouth. We typically don't like using that term. But I didn't want to mess up how the screen would look by putting black people. So my niggas, y'all gonna have to just forgive me on this one. But y'all get what I'm saying. FBA versus Africans and Caribbean blacks, man. Y'all come up here and let me know what y'all's opinion is on this goofy diaspora war. I'll start by giving a little bit of background on what I believe. And if you hear a bunch of clicking and noises in the background, it's me playing the game. I'm on my computer. Just act like you can't hear that shit. I should have noise dampening on anyway. But I feel like the FBA and American, the African and Caribbean or non-FBA conflict, this diaspora war, as they're calling it, is so goofy. Like, I really can't stand this shit. I think that we need to get out of this diaspora war. I think we need to stop screaming at each other. Now, when I say that, that doesn't mean that I think that we should give up the term FBA I'm not married to the FBA term itself, but like the concept behind it. We don't have to give that up. We don't have to give up our direct lineage as black people who were in this country before there was a country. The black people who helped make this country what it is today from the beginning. You have a direct lineage from that starting point all the way up till now. The culture that we created, the music that we made, the food that we made, our morals and values, and just everything about us. There is a distinction there. We're black. We're all black. We're a different kind of black, And I tend to not get into the debate with people, the argument with people about if we come from Africa or not. I know my people come from Africa. I've done my DNA. I've done my 23andMe. It's come back as 60% African. Motherfuckers will argue that it's fake. I don't believe so. I believe in the science. But I also have family members who have told me that we're descendants of slaves in this country. So I don't have the same story as the people who say that they never came from Africa and they were in this landmass the whole time. Your story is different from mine. I'm not going to argue that you're wrong or that I'm wrong about that. Hold up. Somebody wanted to jump in? Oh, never mind. They bounced. But yeah, I'm not going to argue with you about your family history. I don't know your family history. So. Oh, shit. You made it.
Eh,
What's up,
Illyrian.
Lily Ryan?
My name is Illyrian. I just wanted to say that African and Caribbean blacks, they are nice people. They're very nice because
Mm-hmm.
one of them gave me a free Fortnite Battle Pass yesterday. So I got 5 for now because I'm only Greek. Full support from Greece.
Oh, so you're not black. You're Greek. Okay. Well, shout out to you. You want to shout out to the African and Caribbean blacks, both of them as a unit apparently. Shout out to you. I don't know why you had to leave after that, but shout out to you. But as I was saying, like I don't go into the debates about if our lineage is connected to Africa or not. I know there's what people are calling pretendians who think that their people never came here from Africa and that there's no connection there. I don't agree with that. At least not as far as my family is concerned. If your family has a different story than mine, then that's fine. I'm not here to argue with you about that. But that's neither here nor there anyway. Either way, if you're black in America and your people were here the whole time, or you came during slavery, either way, we were still here before the country was formed. There was no United States. Like before the 1776, when the Declaration of Independence was signed, there were still people here. There were slaves. The institution of slavery basically began as soon as they touched down here in the 1400s. Like they had slaves back then, so like it's not ridiculous to say that there were black people that were here in the formation of the country. It's historical fact, and those people, the descendants of those people, come from a specific lineage, and that lineage is something to be proud of. I don't think that that's something that we have to fold into, oh well, you're all just still African. Like, nah, I can recognize the value and usefulness of the distinction between the what we're calling FBA, but we're usually referring to just like black Americans, or what we used to call Negro, or what we used to call colored people, what we used to call African American. I think there's some value to that. I don't want to throw that away. So like, I don't want to be like, well, we're just all African and then just that's it. It's just African. Like, no, we don't have to do that. We have something special and unique and distinct about us in this country. Somebody, my mind. I feel like I talked to you already, my mind. Oh, never mind, my mind bounced. But yeah, I think that we have something special here that is worthy of being proud of. It's a lot of American culture, like what we're calling American pop culture, comes directly from the descendants of American slavery. Black people who've been here since the beginning, or what you would call native. They say a lot of us will say we got a little Indian in our family. That's true. I did my 23andMe, and we got a little Indian in our family, or what we call it Indian. They just mean like Native American, indigenous. People mixed back in those days, so it's a little bit of this and a little bit of that. The truth is always somewhere in the middle. It's never really just one thing. So that's why I don't get into the argument about we're actually Native Americans and we didn't come from Africa at all. Or I don't go into we're just Africans and we can't talk about, if you say anything else, you're a pretendian. Like, no, it's a little bit of a mix of a little bit of everything. And I say all that to say, like, the only thing that what we're calling FBA agrees on is that lineage. The lineage of being in this landmass before it was considered the United States, before 1776, before slavery ended. That's literally the only thing we agree on. Everything else, the reparations thing, there's a debate about how we're going to do that. Whether we were here as damn, why am I getting this wrong? Whether we were here as Africans or not, whether we were indigenous or not, that's a separate issue. Whether it's a lot of issues that we can debate about in our history. Like, history is very complicated. Like, anthropology is very complicated, but the thing that we can all agree on is that there was a stock of what we're calling black people that were here before the country was formed. That's what they're referring to with foundational. All the other stuff that people are putting on top of that is just extra shit. And it's annoying when you have to talk to people and they're like, well, you FBAs think that you don't come from Africa. It's like, no, us FBAs don't have a unifying ideology. There's no ideology there. There's no, if you don't believe this, then you're not FBA. Like, it's not a gang. It's not an organization. You can't get jumped into being of the Black American lineage. It's either you're in or you're not. It's how you were born. It's not about what you believe. It's not about what your politics are. Like, look at Jesse Lee Peterson. I know Tariq Nasheed uses this example, but he's correct about this. Jesse Lee Peterson does not agree with reparations. If you ask Jesse Lee Peterson, he probably doesn't like the connection to Africa. He probably thinks he's a real true blue American. You know, I don't agree with Jesse Lee Peterson on pretty much anything, but that doesn't make him not FBA anymore. What makes you FBA is not your belief system or your ideology or how you think the history went. The only thing that makes you FBA is if you come from that lineage, and that is based on how you were born. That's an objective fact. So, like, having to argue with motherfuckers who have an idea of, if you're FBA, this is what you think, is really annoying, because there is no way to think to be FBA or a Black American or Negro or whatever fucking term we want to use here. So like it's hard for me to talk to people when I'm trying to explain, like they're confused about that, and I explain it to them, and they continue to want to just keep arguing with me about what another nigga said in a different live that they were in, about how, well, every time I talk to FBAs, they say that they were in America since the beginning and that they were indigenous. Okay, that's what that nigga said. He's not the fucking king of the blacks. Just because he said that shit don't mean that's what everybody thinks. You don't have to agree on how the history happened to be a part of the lineage. It doesn't, what you believe politically and historically doesn't change how you were born. And I feel like people know that, and they just want to argue about shit. And that's where this dumb, goofy diaspora war continues to stem from. Because motherfuckers just want to argue, and they just want to debate, and they want to dick swing and act like they're smarter than the other person. Because, oh, well, if you look at the history and you do the knowledge, you actually did come from... You're arguing with a nigga about what their family history is, number one. That's already a problem. Like, how are you going to tell me what my family history is, right? If I tell you that I have something to back up that my family has been in America since a certain amount of time, and that, you know, we, as far as we know, there's no connection to Africa, you can't argue with me about that. You can't argue with what my grandparents said. You can't argue with my family tree. I don't care how many books you've read. I don't care about how much history knowledge you have. That doesn't change what my family history is, you know? But I think that people know that, and they just be wanting to argue. They just want to debate. They just like fighting. And I don't get it. Like, and this is why the conversation never goes anywhere. The conversation, it starts with like, well, you believe that, you're dumb. And then it turns into a bunch of motherfuckers screaming and yelling at each other and cussing each other out and roasting and talking shit, and it never goes anywhere. Have y'all noticed that? Have y'all noticed that every single one of these FBA debates and conversations, they go the exact same way? Have y'all ever noticed that? Y'all never paid attention to that? It's almost like it's that way on purpose. It's almost like the people who engage in these conversations are doing it in bad faith, and they're not trying to have an actual conversation. They just want to dick swing and say, I know more about history than you do. or they just want to talk shit about the other group because they have their own stereotypes and views about the other groups. And it's not just one side doing it; it's both of them doing it. The FBAs are doing it. That's why they have that reputation. And the African or the Caribbean people, they'll say that they're just responding back and we're just fighting back and we're not just gonna let them talk to us crazy. But the shit don't be coming from a response of somebody talking to them crazy. They be wanting to start talking shit about Americans and about how dumb Americans are, how uneducated they are, and they don't know their history, and they don't have any culture, and they don't know anything. Like, y'all be wanting to do that. Like, nobody's innocent in this dumb, goofy, ridiculous diaspora war that's going on. Both sides are keeping the bullshit up. And I feel like if you really want to have a conversation and have clarity, then come into it in good faith. Because when you do that, you'll learn, oh, just because I talked to one crazy nigga that said that we don't all come from Africa and that we were here since time immemorial, and I disagree with that, that doesn't mean that's representative of the entire group of FBA. FBA is not an ideology. We don't agree on the history. We don't really agree on anything other than our lineage. They agree. They think that their family was always here from the beginning, and I believe that my family came here as chattel slaves. Either way, we were both here before America was established as a nation state. But we were both on this landmass. We were both, if we don't want to use the term FBA, we can use African American, we can use Black American, we can use Negro, we can use colored person, whatever fucking word we want to use. Okay, people get caught up on the actual term FBA. I had a nigga try to walk me down a script about, okay, let's go down letter by letter. Well, F is foundational. Are y'all really foundational? What does the word foundational mean? I'm like, okay, bro, if you're gonna do the shit like this, like, I don't fucking care. This is not the point, okay? The point isn't about who did the most to get the country to run. This isn't a competition, okay? It's about your lineage. So if you're black, you were black in this country before the United States was formed, your descendants, which would be us today, share like an unbroken lineage. So that means you were there in the beginning, and all of the descendants after that were still here. So it doesn't count if you were here in the beginning and then y'all moved back, or it doesn't count if you were here in the beginning, moved back, and then came back to America in like the 80s or something like that. It doesn't count if y'all came here after the country was already formed. You had to have been here from the beginning, and you have lineage, all like an unbroken chain. And that doesn't mean that if you had like a white parent or a black mixed parent, that it breaks that chain, because you're still a part. You're one of your parents, or one of your members of that lineage is still a part of that lineage. The chain hasn't broken, right? You're still in that lineage, even if you have like a white parent or a Mexican parent or whatever the fuck. The chain isn't broken. It's not a lineage anymore until the line is broken. Once the line is crossed, the lineage ends there. So anyway, like it's not a debate about whether who has the knowledge and who was the ones that you know the real history, and all that is extra shit people are putting on top of it. Like, people are like, well, what's the goal? There is no goal. You can't have a goal to something like this. There is no goal to that's like if we're denotating a specific lineage or like ethnic group, which Black Americans are a ethnic group, a specific ethnic group, and that's a whole other debate that I don't feel like getting into right now. But we are a specific ethnic group in this country. That's like asking, like any other ethnic group. Like, what's the goal of Latino? What's the goal of Hispanic? Like, that's a nonsensical question. You know, like, what does that even mean? There is no goal to the lineage. There is no ideology. There is no dogma. There is no, worldview that we all share. Same way there is no worldview, there's no dogma, there's no ideology for any other fucking ethnic group. We only ask this question for Americans to keep the bullshit going. Because it would be so easy for you to just say, yeah, you know what, actually, y'all are your own distinctive group. We'll just let you have that. Like, it doesn't hurt you to just do that. But you want to fight and argue and bitch about it. Because you're just looking for an argument. Because you ain't got nothing else going on in the day. You know? So, like, it's ridiculous. Like, I feel like this concept is so easy. And people are overcomplicating it for the purpose of keeping an argument going. This is not a hard concept. And again, I'm not, what they call a pretendian, right? I'm not one of these people that believe that no black people came here from Africa. Of course black people came here from Africa. I'm just not going to waste my time arguing with niggas about that. Because think about it. Every time you've seen people having this historical debate about if black people came from America or not, does it ever go anywhere? What's the point of that? What are you gaining from continue to bitch and argue about if black people really came from Africa or not, and that if slavery happened or not? I'm not going to argue with a nigga that says slavery didn't happen. There's no debate to have here, and that's the other part of it. I'm glad I said that. If we wanted this to end, if we wanted to stop this diaspora war and stop the arguments from happening, you have to stop engaging in them. You have to stop arguing back with the people. Why, if you hear somebody say something ridiculous like the slave trade didn't happen, you decide you want to argue and debate them about that? Why? What do you plan to gain from that? Do you think you're going to change their mind? You're not going to. Let me give you a spoiler alert. You're not going to. So why are you arguing back with them? What's the point of that? You already know how this is going to go. You're going to start off cordial, semi-cordial, and then it's just going to turn into a mudslinging contest. It happens every goddamn time. Literally, 100% of the time. I haven't seen a situation where it didn't happen like that. Like, what's the purpose? They wouldn't continue to go as hard as they do, because they do go hard. Like, there is a very toxic element to FBA. Like, I understand why they have the reputation that they have, but it continues to go on because you niggas keep arguing with them. Stop talking to them. Why are you talking to a motherfucker that say that slavery didn't happen? What conversation is there to have with a motherfucker that thinks that slavery didn't happen? You think you're going to teach them and they're going to be like, oh, damn, you know what? Actually, you're right. I changed my mind. No! But I'm realizing that it's not about that. Like, y'all just want to argue. All of you. The FBAs and the non-FBAs. Y'all just like fighting with people. You're all a part of the problem. It's you. You're keeping it going. It's you, okay? Anyway, I think I said all I had to say about this. I wasn't really expecting people to jump in on this one. So, I don't know. I might end this. Let me see. Maybe I can run back the other topic I had here. Give me 1 second. Let me see. Let's see if I can change this background. Maybe it'll get more people to want to come up here and yell at me. I bring back the Charlie Kirk thing. Let's see. Let's create one. Let's see. Let's edit that. We'll use this as a template. Let's see. Oh, okay. I see. All right, so I could just write shit on here. Okay, I think I'm figuring this shit out. All right, I could turn my camera off and just use this. I'm gonna bring back old reliable. I'm gonna ask the question. Y'all about to see exactly where I'm going with this. No, you know what? I'm a up the ante. I'm up the ante. Let's do it like this. Let me see. Yeah, I know. I know motherfuckers about to get real mad about this. Hold up. Yeah. All right, let's expand that. And let's turn off my John. Oh yeah. Yeah, this is gonna get y'all know this is about to get motherfuckers activated. This is about to get motherfuckers activated for real. So now that we've moved past the FBA thing, I'm gonna keep the FBA thing up in the corner in the background, just in case motherfuckers decide they change their mind and they feel like arguing about that again. But let's talk about Charlie Kirk, y'all. I was just having a conversation about Charlie Kirk earlier that I found interesting. These motherfuckers was on here asking, who would you bring back, Charlie Kirk or Martin Luther King? And I just about threw my fucking computer out of my window, man. Like, and they were being dead serious. They weren't, this wasn't like a meme. This wasn't like rage bait. Like, they really were like, yeah, we need to bring Charlie Kirk back. Charlie Kirk was better. MLK cheated on his wife. Like, what are we talking about here? Okay, somebody, see, I knew niggas was gonna get activated. Somebody's already here. All right, Kex. My man Kex. Okay, can you hear me, by the way?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right, Kex. Answer the John for me, man. Do you think Charlie Kirk deserved it?
Nah, he didn't do anything wrong.
He didn't do anything wrong. All right, were you like a Charlie Kirk fan when he was still here?
No, I never watched his content.
Oh, okay. You're just thinking on like more purely humanistic level, like he didn't do anything that deserved him to lose his life, right?
Well, do you think he did something wrong?
No, I don't think so.
Oh, so you think he didn't deserve it also then?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, then we agree. Never mind then. I thought you were gonna say he did.
Yeah, no, I'm curious about how people. This is, it's clearly like a rage baity title, right? But like, I want to have like a conversation about like what people liked, like what made him so remarkable when he was here. So like, if you didn't watch his stuff back in the day, you're purely basing this on like a humanistic level of like, you shouldn't lose your life over your opinion.
Well, yes, but I mean, I wouldn't say I've never watched anything ever of Charlie Kirk. I've seen a lot of clips, and I know like a lot of what his positions are, but I think a lot of people just think he's racist and all this other bullshit. That's
He
just
is
not
racist,
true.
though. He is.
How is he
I will say
racist?
that.
How?
All right. I'm gonna start with old reliable. Okay, you ready, Kex? Because I know you know. You already. I know that you know what I'm about to say, right? I'm about to whip out old reliable. Let's talk about those pilots. Okay, let's talk about it.
How's that racist?
So I know people say it's out of context. He's talking about DEI. He was just saying.
Is that not true?
DEI. So here's the thing, because that is true. He was talking about DEI. Problem is, even if we accept that, that context, think about what he's saying. Right? He's saying he doesn't have any prior information about the pilot that he's talking about, right? He says, if I see a black pilot, I'm going to say, oh boy, I hope he's qualified. And that's not who I am, right? That's not me. The DEI is making me think this. the DEI is turning me racist, okay? That's not my view. That's
Wait,
the
hold on.
DEI doing this to me.
I'm kind of confused though, because he says that he just hopes the pilot is qualified. That's all he's saying.
Yeah.
That's not just like predicated on race. Like it wouldn't even matter. It wouldn't matter.
It literally is, because if it wasn't, he wouldn't have mentioned if I saw a black pilot. He would have said that he would have just said if he sees a pilot.
Well,
on a plane,
affirmative action is usually granted.
Okay, so we're talking about DEI.
A majority of blacks, though, right?
Hello.
Wait, we're talking about two different things here. Hold up, I'm gonna get right to you, Yona. I know you've been here for a minute, but now you're talking about something else. Affirmative action and DEI is not the same thing. So
what he was talking DEI about is
diversity, equity, and inclusion. So what he was referring to, which was incorrect idea of how DEI worked anyway. Affirmative action no longer exists now. DEI no longer exists now. So this is a moot point to begin with. But at any case,
we would obviously be talking at a point in time in which.
Well, no, he wouldn't.
Sorry,
he said this like last year. He said this like last year. Like DEI hasn't been in effect for like years. I think they got rid of DEI in like 2022 or 2023.
Can you prove it wasn't in effect last year?
All right, okay, I got you. When did DEI end?
Like, just because he mentions a black pilot, that doesn't mean he's racist.
All right, so 2023 Supreme Court ruling. The Students for Fair Admissions in Harvard decision ended race-conscious admissions, signaling a broader shift away from race-based preferences. This is 2023.
And where can you pull that up? I mean, you're just stating it.
This is coming from. Hold up, let me. I know you heard my keyboard clickety clack, and I just typed this in. So this is coming from Jackson Lewis, Pillsbury, Winthrop Shaw Pittman, Center for Urban and Racial Equity, WhiteHouse.gov. It's a lot here.
You put it up on screen? Can't you do that?
Yes, I can. Give me. I mean, are you gonna? Okay, before I do this, are you gonna concede, or is it just gonna be like you're just gonna wave it away? Like, well, what about this other thing?
Concession entails some sort of like change in belief. My belief has not changed.
Okay, so there's no point, right? So there's no point.
Well, just because he references a black pilot in reference to like DEI, why does that now mean he's? Do you think it's like it's logically possible just because he mentions a black name, therefore he wouldn't be, or a black person, therefore he wouldn't be racist, or is this like some sort of logical error here?
No, it's not. Then
it's possible.
First of all, DEI again. The DEI was more beneficial for white women than anybody else. They were the one getting the DEI benefits.
Yeah, so it's not even mutually exclusive.
So the more accurate thing for him to do was to say, if I see a woman pilot, then I'm gonna say, oh boy, I hope they're qualified. That's what he should have said. That's what he should have said.
Yeah, but then you guys would have bitched. You guys would have bitched about him hating women. Then you guys.
Kex. He went immediately. Let's stay focused. Kex. Let's stay focused.
Can I respond?
Kex, we have to stay focused.
You're getting bodied.
You're talking about. I'm really not. I'm really not. So
then let me respond.
Stay focused. Kex, shut the fuck up. I'm giving you one more chance because I want to keep doing this with you, but I need you to be quiet for a second. Okay, never mind. You're gone. God damn.
Damn.
If he was talking about women, that would be more accurate to his DEI claim of how DEI, which is already a problem because that's not how DEI works. You don't get, there's no racial quotas with DEI. You're talking about affirmative action. That's a totally different thing. There's no racial quotas with DEI. You can't just get a job because they need 5 blacks this month because of DEI. That's not how it worked. So he was going off of an incorrect version of what DEI meant anyway. But even if we just accept that that's what he believed and he was just wrong about that, it was being used more for white women, and he knew that, but he decided to say, if I see a black pilot, I'm gonna say, oh boy, why do you think that is? He thought he brought up black people just because he couldn't think of anything else. It was the first thing on the top of his head because he thinks that it's for black people because he's a goddamn racist, and the racism comes in because you don't know anything about the pilot. You don't know. All you see is a nigga behind a cockpit. That's literally it. You don't know anything. You don't know if they had DEI. You don't know if they got in on affirmative action. You don't know what their qualifications are. You literally don't know anything about this guy except he's black. And you take that information, that very limited information, and come to the conclusion of, oh boy, he's probably DEI. That's already racist. That's all it takes.
All right. Can I say a couple words?
Oh, go ahead, bro. Go ahead, bro. I know you've been here for a little while. Go ahead.
All right. Sorry, I was eating some McDonald's.
Go ahead, bro.
Okay. Did Charlie Kirk deserve it? Question mark. Okay. What do we mean? I mean, we already know what you mean by that. The death, the shot.
Mm-hmm.
I might say something a little what's the word? Offensive and very ignorant. But
go ahead, brother. Say what you got to say.
I'm not gonna lie. You just said a couple words until someone got rage baited, and then they're like, you know what? He shouldn't be talking anymore. Let me kill him.
That was it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Well, let me ask you a couple of questions then. Did you agree with him when he was still alive?
There's some stuff that I did agree with, because let's be real. We're not gonna just say everything that he said was wrong. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're born a guy, you're a guy, and abortion is wrong.
Lord.
Abortion is wrong.
Well, I mean, I'm not here to argue with abortion right now, but that's your opinion. But continue.
He said, but you asked me, do I agree with everything he said?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But yeah, there's some things where it's like, yeah, he's low-key right.
Gotcha,
but yeah, he's definitely racist. He's definitely that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But do I think he deserves death? Not really.
Okay, let me ask you this then.
I feel like morality is so crazy because, with a straight guy, actually, who knows? He might shoot an LGBTQ, whatever. But I don't really think that level of anger should be justified. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well, let me ask you this. So you said you didn't really agree with everything he said when he was here. So, did you, how do I say, did you see him as a remarkable figure, as somebody that people should look up to? He did some real good in this world. Did you see him that way? How did you see him in his life?
I seen him as a bad person. Saying some, not all the time, but sometimes saying good things.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Hate him or love him. Hate him or love him. You can't lie. He has a few very minimal good points.
Yeah, you know how they say a broken clock is right twice a day. Everybody gets something right every now and then. I can say 2 + 2 = 4, and motherfuckers will be like, well, he said some stuff that was right. I mean, you can't argue with 2 + 2 = 4. He's right about that. Okay. I hate when people say that. Let me go into, I got to launch off into a rant real quick. I hate when people do that shit, bro. And no offense to you, but
Damn.
it's such a nothing thing to say. Like when we're talking about a person's ideology and what they believe, and people respond with this nothing ass answer of, well, there was some stuff I agreed with. There's some stuff I didn't agree with. Like, he was right about some shit. I'm like, okay, that tells me nothing about what you think about him. Like, he said 2 + 2 = 4 one time, so I guess he was right about something. He has some correct opinions. Like, what does that mean? That you're telling me nothing right now. Like, if you think that his worldview is correct, you can say that. Don't tell me, oh well, he's right about some shit and he was wrong about other shit. What does that even fucking mean? That doesn't mean anything.
I mean,
But ran over. Sorry.
nah, it's all good. But we got two things. One, he's a human being. And two, I mean, isn't the country supposed to be freedom of speech? I'm
Yes,
pretty
it
sure
is.
someone shouldn't really um shut him off for just speaking his mind. That's
Yeah, I mean,
him.
I agree with that. I don't think that you should lose your life over an opinion. But number one, we don't know if that's what happened. We still don't know for sure if the person who did the shooting did it
Wasn't the
because they
shooter like a
disagreed
white
on
kid?
politics. He was. Well, we don't even know for sure if he's the one that actually did it. Like, all of this is alleged. All this information that we have about, I think his name's Tyler, if I remember correctly. All the information we have about this kid is alleged. Everything they're saying about his views and his worldview is alleged. Like, we don't know any of this shit for sure. So, like, I don't know if you remember. Somebody gave me this example, and it was a good ass example. It was like, I don't know if you remember that time they almost got Ronald Reagan. There was an assassination attempt on Ronald Reagan.
Well, I mean, I'm only
Uh,
18. I'm not that old.
well, this was the '80s. This was before I was born too, so I
Oh,
wasn't there either. But they tried to assassinate Ronald Reagan. You would assume that somebody trying to assassinate the president is like because of their politics and they disagree with their politics, right? That makes sense to you, right?
yeah. I mean,
Yeah, that's not what happened with Ronald Reagan. The guy who tried to kill Ronald Reagan did it for some sick fantasy of impressing Drew Barrymore, one of those actors from back in the day. I don't remember exactly which one. One of them female actresses. He was trying to impress a girl. He was trying to look good for an actor.
so
It
he
didn't
tried
have anything
killing
to do with his
someone.
politics. It didn't have anything to do with what he believed politically. It was just a crazy person. And I wish that we could go back to understanding that sometimes motherfuckers is just crazy. Sometimes there isn't like a deeper political meaning behind it. Sometimes it's not the Democrats versus the Republicans and the left versus the right. And, it's not always this gang banging shit people turn it into. Sometimes motherfuckers is just crazy. Is that not a
Yeah.
possibility here?
Yeah. So you're saying people just kill just to kill.
Yeah, crazy people don't do that.
You're right.
Yeah,
Mm.
sometimes motherfuckers are just crazy. Somebody, do you think Jeffrey Dahmer had a good reason for why he was doing what he was doing? Like he
Uh,
disagreed with those people on their politics? Do you think that's what it was?
nah. I think he was just hungry.
Well, he wasn't just eating them; he was fucking them. He was fucking them. He was chopping off their heads and keeping them and using them as cups. He was keeping them in the refrigerator. He was keeping them in vats. Like he wasn't just eating them. He did a lot of shit to those people. Have you watched the I know this is an easier way to get the information on him. Did you watch the Netflix
The
thing with
Netflix
him?
thing. My mom like watched like an episode or two. I didn't watch the full thing to be honest.
Yeah, watch that whole thing. Like him eating them is like the least important part of that Jeffrey Dahmer story. Like that was just a cherry on top. Like he did a lot of shit to these people, and most of them were black people. And we could get into the minutia about that too. But that's neither here nor there. Like sometimes motherfuckers are just crazy, and I think that we should be able to understand that.
This is all true. But now, if we were using your logic, any president or not president, but any like spoken person, don't they kind of deserve to get shot?
Well,
Like,
no, this logic isn't to say that he deserved to get shot. I'm using this logic to say we don't know if he got shot because of his politics. We don't know if the person that they're, yeah, we don't know that for sure. We don't really know anything about this guy.
I'm asking you your own question. Do you think he deserves to get shot?
No, of course not.
Oh, well, I mean, me and you both agree.
Yeah, it's funny. Everybody come up here ready to argue about that. Like I know it's rage baity, but like I don't think that he deserved to lose his life over his politics. I don't know for sure if he lost his life over politics though. We don't know what this guy did this for. He probably was just crazy.
Unless there's like a documentary and we interview the kid, then maybe.
I guess. But I mean, even if you're like, he could be crazy and just confess to a crime that he didn't commit. You know, like we don't. The point is, we don't know any of this for sure yet. We still have to wait for the trial to happen for any actual information to say anything definitively about them.
Yeah.
But I said all that to say, like, whether or not he had politics that somebody disagreed about is neither here nor there. Like you still don't deserve to be, taken out in that way. It's still murder either way. If it's about his politics, if it was just a crazy person, like, so we don't even have to say that. We don't have to say he shouldn't lose his life over politics. We don't even have to say that much because it don't matter if it was over politics. It's still murder.
Yeah. So we
but anyway,
it's only rage bait if people don't like think about it.
Yes, that's correct. I'm glad you said that.
This was a great conversation. Have a great New Year's.
For sure. You too, man. Shout out to you. See how we were able to have a decent discussion there? Like, I don't think I was being hard on bro. Was I? I don't think so. These motherfuckers come up here ready to argue about this. They think I'm saying that I think he deserved to die. I'm not saying that. I'm asking y'all. I'm using this as a vehicle to have a conversation about how remarkable was he to begin with? Why is this somebody that we care so much about them losing their lives? Because this is not the only political figure that was taken out, that was murdered. Like a few months before him, I think it was a congresswoman and her husband. I can't remember exactly who it was, but these were people who were actually in politics, who were employed, who did politics, worked in the government for a living. Like actual politicians died because of their political opinions. That actually happened a couple months ago from him. And we don't even know their names. Like, I don't even remember what their names are because we've been talking about fucking Charlie Kirk the whole time. And Charlie Kirk is just a motherfucker who argued with niggas on the internet. He's famous for arguing with niggas on the internet. That's the only thing anybody knows him for. Arguing with people on college campuses on the internet. And we're talking about him like he was this American hero. This is such a tragic day, and America is so fucked up because he died. America wasn't fucked up before then. America wasn't, violence wasn't a problem before he died. It was when he died is when we give a fuck about this shit now. Nobody should die because lose their life because of their political opinions. When this dude, when Charlie Kirk himself is on camera after Nancy Pelosi's husband is almost beat to death with a hammer, and he goes on his podcast in front of the whole world on Beyonce's internet, literally saying out of his mouth, whoever did that to him, we need to find somebody to bail him out so we can talk to him. They're literally talking about bailing out the motherfucker that almost killed Nancy Pelosi's husband. But now we're all up in arms about political violence. Are we being fucking for real right now? And look at who we're talking about. We're talking about a dude who made his claim to fame of dunking on college students and trying to look bigger and smarter than undergrads. When he's coming there with his prepackaged talking points and his pre-studied information versus people who just walking down the campus getting ready to take midterms, who does not give a fuck about this political debate and who does not keep up with this shit as much as he does. He's getting these easy dunks on people who are not prepared for a formal debate and saying, damn, look at how dumb the left is. The left doesn't know shit. He's really epically owning them in the marketplace of ideas, apparently. You know, when he's talking to people who's on his own level, he's getting utterly and absolutely destroyed. And we're talking about a motherfucker like this as if this is somebody who's so remarkable that we need to really give a fuck about him losing his life. Look, I know it sounds fucked up, and I'm not saying that he deserved to die, but shout out to Cameron and Paid in Full. Niggas get shot every day, B. And we do not make a big hullabaloo about this shit for everybody else. But this glorified podcaster, we have to make laws around him. We need to have days because of him. We need to set the flag up because of him. Fuck him. Who gives a fuck about Charlie goddamn Kirk? But somebody is, and I'm gonna probably be done after I get done with this guy. Oh, never mind, he bounced. Oh, never mind.
Yo,
What's up, Severus?
Yo, what's going on, buddy?
What's good, man? You read the caption here, man. Did Charlie Kirk deserve it?
Absolutely not. So, talking about your own opinions to everybody in the world, it's like me saying that McDonald's, Burger King fries are better than McDonald's fries, and then somebody disagrees with me, then I get shot for
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I agree with you that I don't think he deserved to die.
No, yeah, nobody deserves death over talking your
let me
opinion.
say this. I don't think he deserves to be murdered. I'll say that.
Right, yeah, exactly, not, yeah.
Now, the jury is still out if he died over his political opinions. We don't know that for sure.
Right.
They still have to go to trial over that. Like, and that's what I was talking to the last guy about. Like, we're saying that he's dying over his opinion. We don't know if he died over his opinion. Reagan had a assassination attempt, and the person who did that shit did it to impress Demi Moore or some shit like that. Sometimes motherfuckers are just crazy. So it's not always like you died over your opinion type deal. Damn, are you still there? Oh, well, if you're not there no more, I might have to get you the fuck up out of here. Dang, my thing is not working right. I mean, we're coming up on the end of this conversation anyway. I'm starting to repeat myself, but y'all get where I'm coming at. I think I got a good solid hour in. But yeah, like, who is this guy? Who is Charlie Kirk for us to really be boo-hooing and crying about him losing his life? Niggas get shot every day. You know? Political violence. Political violence happens all the time. People lose their life because of their politics. Like, actual politicians lose their life all the time. We don't know any of their names. There's no discourse over all these other people who lost their lives over their politics. But we give a fuck about Charlie Kirk for whatever strange reason. I think I know what the strange reason is, but we don't have to go any further on that. This conversation has come to its conclusion. Shout out to everybody for listening. I'm gonna go ahead and upload all of these. I'm gonna upload these later somewhere else. So if you want to go back to that, I'm gonna drop my YouTube. But shout out to everybody who listened. Shout out to the people who came in talking to me. I know this is a rage baity title, but it's on purpose. We're trying to have a conversation. And, you know, I'm just glad y'all didn't come in and say nigga like I was expecting. So shouts out to y'all. That's a very low bar to go over, but you still made it. So shout out to you. Hold up. Oh, wait, there's one more person. Yeah, I have to end it after this. But Daya, is that how you pronounce it?
Thank you.
Dia?
Yep.
What's up, Dia? What you got for me, man? You think Charlie Kirk deserved it?
Okay, so this is a very, very, very loaded question. So,
It
what if,
is. It is.
okay, did
Kind of
Charlie
like,
Kirk,
you know what though? I wonder how it like you know
who's
when we
talking?
stopped? Like I wonder how it is to like fuck me because like I know it's a good time.
Is somebody
But
talking?
I'm like an actress. Like I just get so into it.
I
Anyway.
only got one person up here, so I don't know where that other sound is coming from.
They do not care.
Wait, you hear it
Just
too.
get a GoPro.
I hear something. I just don't know where it's coming from. Yeah, it's coming from you. You just muted and it stopped.
Hold on, I'm
So I think
gonna
it's
join
coming
back.
from you.
I gotta go.
All right. Yeah, I don't know what that was. I'll invite her again. I think she's probably gonna say that he deserved it with extra steps. So, but we'll see what she has to say. And shout out to her. I'm not, don't dox. I know you motherfuckers pretend that y'all care about free speech, but when it's about your Lord and Savior, Charlie Kirk, now you gotta lose your job over what you say. So don't dox, bro. Y'all ain't gotta snitch on her if she say this. Like, we just having a conversation right now. But
Hello?
all right, it's better. This is much better.
Yeah, sorry about that. Something was happening with my phone, but did Charlie Kirk deserve to die? From my point of view, everything that happens to you, like I'm spiritual, so everything that happens to you, you automatically deserve it. Like you get what you automatically get what you pay for, right? So if you go around the world spreading hate, you will get hate back. If you spread love, you get love back, right? Obviously, there's exceptions to the rule, but
Right.
honestly, you get what you buy. So even the way that he ended up dying, like if God actually cared about him, God would have told him to turn your head around. But
Well, I shouldn't have laughed at that.
oh, sorry. Yeah.
Oh man, I shouldn't have laughed at that.
Literally, if God actually cared about Charlie Kirk and supported his message, Charlie Kirk would have bended down to pick up a water bottle or something. But obviously, dead ass. But obviously, God was not on his side.
Yeah, God wasn't looking out for bro. God low key wanted this shit to happen.
Yeah, you get what you deserve. Everyone gets what they deserve.
Tia, you deserve to get hung and lynched, you gapist.
Okay. Did you have anything else? Hold up. Before we, Dia, damn, I keep fucking that up. So
Yeah.
whoever just said that, I'm gonna let you go next, okay? Because I think we got an idea of what Dia's opinion on this is. So go ahead and let us know, man. Did Charlie Kirk deserve it, man? Talk to us.
No, because he didn't deserve it. I think Dia deserved it though, for obvious reasons.
All right. Did you watch a whole lot of Charlie Kirk before he, went on
Yeah,
to
but just
glory?
because he was normal and said normal things, what does that have to do with him being killed?
No, I'm asking.
Hold on.
Do you think he was
hold on.
racist? Do you think he was racist?
Gapist.
Hold up.
He
Yeah.
spread. Hold on, Gapist. Hold on. He spread hate for a living, bro. He literally like.
Okay, but how did he spread hate? Was he racist?
Wait. Hold up. Before we go into that, because I'm curious about this. This isn't just rage bait. Like I actually want to have a kind of a discussion about this.
No, I'm dead
This
ass.
is
Didn't
this
you
is
open
less,
up the comment?
Wait a second. This is less about the actual murder part and more about him as a talking head, right? Like, so that's why I'm asking you. Did you like watch a whole lot of his stuff? Because
Yeah, I did.
I want to know. Because I want to understand why did this like really touch people in such a way versus
Because
all the
he was
other
the
political
white-
assassin.
I can give you a reason for it right now.
Go ahead.
He was the white people's MLK.
Okay.
I'm being serious.
I gotta get you the fuck up out of here for that.
Yeah, get the fuck
That's
out.
crazy.
Don't compare Charlie Kirk to MLK. Thank you.
That's a crazy statement. I gotta get you the fuck up out of here for that.
Personally,
Go ahead, Ben.
on this prompt here, I don't think he deserved it. Obviously, he was stating his opinion. I mean, yeah, about the abortion stuff was a lot of like crazy stuff in the gun violence, but I mean, just because he got shot by a gun doesn't mean like you can't make fun of him. For that.
A few gun deaths a year is the price that we have. Hold on. Is the price that we have to pay, right? He was part of
He
the
did
number.
say that shit. He did
Yeah.
say that shit.
Yeah, he
He
was
did
part of
say
the
that
number.
shit.
If you're actually going by everything that he says, he's part of the gun deaths a year that we sacrifice, right?
He
Right?
said he had to sacrifice for his
Mhm.
movement, man.
Mhm.
He died the way he lived.
Let's call
How
a
do you
spade a
argue with
spade,
that?
y'all. Let's call a spade a spade.
Let's call a nigger a nigger.
No.
Nigga,
Uh,
nigga, 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 nigga,
I mean,
nigga.
You
Charlie
waited all that
Kirk.
time to do that. That's what you
Yeah,
waited for.
I had to play the waiting game. I'm sorry, my nigga. I had to play the
You
waiting
didn't
game.
have to wait. You could have did it in the beginning, bro. I'm not kicking y'all for saying nigga. Like, I don't care.
After all that,
Like,
I still.
You didn't have to wait. You could have just said it as soon as you got here. It didn't matter.
All right,
I wouldn't gonna kick
I'm gonna dip now. By the way, I hope all the niggers get segregated, lynched, gaped, and raped.
Holy shit, man. What the fuck?
Yeah, these are the Charlie
That's not
Kirk
helping
fans,
your
by the way.
argument. By the way, you look.
This is why I don't kick them. This is why I don't kick them. These are the Charlie Kirk fans. He's supposed to be
swear.
taking up for Charlie Kirk. He's supposed to be taking up for Charlie Kirk.
This
This is how they're
actually
making y'all
this
look.
is actually making your argument worse because now you look like you don't have common sense. Now you look like you don't got brain cells.
Yeah, I mean, and these are supposed to be the high IQ, intelligent motherfuckers. These are supposed to be the best of us. They're supposed to be the impulse control people, and that's the conversation they're having. That's what they're saying. They're saying how bad it is, what happened to Charlie Kirk, and then responding with the shit that they're saying, and they think they're in the right. That blows my mind. But Caleb, you want to jump in here and let us know, did Charlie Kirk deserve it?
No, he didn't deserve to go, but he did say some outrageous things, and he was quite ignorant to other people's perspectives, really.
Mm-hmm.
But he did because of DEI practices.
Guys, why
he
are we
did
talking about
say-
Charlie Kirk in the big 2026? The nigga died, okay? He died in 2025.
That's a good question, actually. That's a good question. I had to. I know motherfuckers get activated over this, so really is a little rage baited. But I'm probably gonna retire this. We're not bringing this into 2026. You're right. We not bringing this into 2026.
No worries.
No, but no. Say you're John, Caleb. Like we'll be done here in a little bit.
Okay, it's cool. I'm just chilling.
Yeah, I mean.
Okay, so Caleb, let me.
Oh, go ahead.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
Yeah. How do you feel about people, Caleb, people celebrating his death?
I mean, it's a little, it's a little too much to be celebrating in his death.
Did they
but
celebrate when Hitler died?
Yeah. I mean, obviously, fascist Italy didn't, but a lot of people did.
Okay, let's just say the people that were affected by Hitler.
Yeah.
Did they celebrate when he died?
I don't know. I would assume that they would because he was a pretty vicious dictator, and he was on a lot of drugs and yeah.
Yeah. So Hitler had influence. Charlie Kirk also had influence. Yes.
Yeah, I think he had followers, and some of them.
I'd argue that's all he had was influence.
Yes, and then the way that he used his influence was in a way to make other people's lives harder. So if the people that lives were made harder are celebrating that he died, then they can celebrate. Right?
Yeah. And also I feel like there's a distinction between people who didn't agree with his worldview and the things he was spewing, not giving a damn about him dying versus saying that they're happy that he died.
Honestly, I really didn't care. I could not give less of a fuck about Charlie Kirk, honestly. Sorry.
Me neither. Like, I'm not gonna. The people who were morally grandstanding about, like, how can you say this? Like, I don't give a fuck about Charlie Kirk. I didn't give a fuck about him when he was alive. I don't give a fuck about him now that he's dead. That doesn't mean that I think that he deserved what he got. Now, if you have a viewpoint like Dia has of like a karmic thing where like the universe is repaying you back for what you put out, then that's different. And that's just your worldview, and you're allowed to have that. But I think that's a different thing than saying that you're happy that they died. That's not the same thing, I think.
Yeah, we can acknowledge that people get what they deserve. We can acknowledge that him dying is not the ideal situation, but that's just what happened.
Yeah.
You know? And they're trying to do this
Yeah.
whole Israel killed him. The fuck? How did Israel kill him?
And the conspiracy.
Now it's a conspiracy theory.
I swear.
Like, with these people, it's always literally every conversation they have, it goes
Is
back
Israel.
to the Jews.
The Jews.
It's the Jews. The Jews
Literally
did
shut
everything,
the-
bro. It's the Jews.
Bro, I never met dumber people in my entire life. Literally. Never met dumber people in my entire life. Everything points back to Jewish people. Why? Are we on Jupiter? Are we on Mars? Because I don't think we're on Earth. Because everything is pointing to the Jews. The Jews don't, literally leave them alone. They don't care.
Yeah, this is crazy. The worst part about this is these people will claim that Jews aren't white, number one. Then they'll also say whites are superior. They're the superior race. But somehow you let this race of Jewish people control everything and take control of the whole world. How do you square that circle? Like, which one is
need
it?
a complete separation of church and state, 100%.
I think we do have separation of church and state. I feel like that's what happened when America was founded.
Charlie Kirk advocated for a Christian nationalist country.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it should ever be Christian nationalist, Hindu nationalist, Zionist, or
John in the comment
Sharia law.
section said, "So you happy someone with free speech died?" Well, Hitler also had free speech, right? And we're happy that he died. That's irrelevant to this topic.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm tired of repeating that. I didn't say that I'm happy that he died. Like, I'm at this point, I'm about to start saying it just to fucking make them mad. Like, who cares? My main point of all this is really, who cares? Why do we give a fuck about this to begin with? And Dia, you're right. We not even talk about this shit no more. We retiring this topic.
You know what's actually
in
terrible?
2026.
You know what's actually terrible? Erica Kirk, she's going on a tour. And she's doing this whole, oh my god, my husband, Charlie Kirk, his last book, give me your money. His last book, buy my book. His last book about stop in the name of God. You guys should totally buy it because it's his last book. That's how she sounds.
Smaller shit, yeah.
She's trying to get money. That makes sense.
I swear. Literally.
Yeah, but I think we've reached a conclusion of this conversation. So shout out to you, Dia. Shout out to Caleb. I'm going to end this here because I got to go get my kids. So shout out to everybody who showed up here. I mean, you got any last things you want to hit before I end this shit?
Not really. We should get reparations. That's
true.
Yep.
We good.
It's been how many years?
Yeah, shout out to you. I gotta follow you. You spitting facts up here. But yeah, I gotta go get my kids. So shout out to y'all, but I gotta bounce. Y'all take it easy.